It was Christmas Eve, 1945, in the quiet town of Fayetteville, West Virginia. The Sodder family was gathered together in their home. George and Jenny Sodder, along with 9 of their 10 children, had just finished celebrating. The house was filled with warmth, laughter, and soon, with fire. At around 1 a.m., Jenny awoke to the smell of smoke. Flames had erupted in the downstairs office. George and Jenny managed to escape, along with 4 of their children. But 5 of the kids, Morris, Martha, Louis, Jenny, and Betty, were still inside. George tried desperately to get back into the house. He broke a window, cutting himself badly. He attempted to climb the walls, shouted their names, even tried to use a ladder to reach the attic window, but the ladder was missing. The phone line was dead. He ran to start his work trucks. To climb on top, none of them would start. The fire department didn't arrive for 7 more hours. When they finally searched the ashes, there were no bodies. Authorities claimed the children died in the fire, their remains completely destroyed by the flames. But Jenny wasn't convinced. She had previously burned animal bones in the stove, none ever turned fully to ash. A cremation expert confirmed that a typical house fire wouldn't reach the temperatures required to disintegrate human remains entirely. So if they didn't die in the fire, where were they? Strange details began to surface. A man had visited the Sodders months earlier, warning George that your house will go up in smoke, and your children are going to be destroyed. George was outspoken against Mussolini, and many in the area supported the dictator. The ladder George needed that night was found 75 feet away in a ditch. A phone repairman said the wires hadn't burned, they were deliberately cut. A bus driver said he saw people throwing fireballs onto the roof. Later, Jenny found what looked like a strange green object in the yard, possibly a type of incendiary device. Then came the sightings. A woman claimed to have seen the missing children watching the fire from a passing car. Another reported seeing them at a hotel weeks later, guarded by 2 strange adults. Years passed. Then, in 1967, a photo arrived in the mail. No return address, just a picture of a man in his 20s. On the back it read, Louis Sodder. I love brother Frankie IL. Boys, a 90132 or 35. The resemblance to Louis was chilling. The Sodders never gave up. They hired private detectives, printed flyers. They even erected a massive billboard along Route 16 with the children's faces and the words. What was their fate? It remained there for nearly 4 decades. George died in 1969, still searching. Jenny wore black for the rest of her life. Over the years, theories swirled. Some said the children were kidnapped by human traffickers. Others blamed the Mafia, perhaps a warning to George. Some believe the fire was staged to hide the abduction. And some say the children may have grown up with false identities, never knowing the truth of who they really were. 5 children disappeared that night. No bodies, no answers, just silence and smoke and the faint hope that one day the truth would come out. What really happened to the Sodder children? No one knows. And maybe no one ever will.